Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today we are discussing the Activision Blizzard allegations that have been unfolding for the past couple of days. It's been almost a week straight of just constant news coming out about how awful Activision Blizzard has been, and how awful Blizzard has been even before the Activision Blizzard merger. Because I know a lot of people out there are most likely thinking, hey, this is just because of the Activision merger. This is all of the Activision executives. This is because of Bobby Kotick. I know we love to shit on Bobby Kotick. I know it's fun. It's great to do. He's a piece of shit. We get that. But this is not that sort of video. We're not talking about the greed of the company. We're talking about the moral corruption of this company. A company that has had so many things allegedly going on for over 11 years, because some of these date back to 2010. People have been working there for 13 years plus before they finally quit, and now everything is coming out about what was going on. Now, to preface this whole video, I'm just going to come out and say I'm going to be saying allegedly a lot in this video. I don't want to get sued by Activision Blizzard. We know how greedy and corrupt they are, so I'm sure they'd love to jump at the opportunity to come after all these people, including me, that have not only been talking about them before all this, but specifically now that we're all kind of banding together saying, hey, enough is enough. Okay, you guys were super greedy, but this crosses the line. Now, if you for some reason are behind, you don't know what's going on, starting July 21st, news exploded that Activision Blizzard was getting sued by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. They had a 2-year investigation that found that the company discriminated against female employees in terms and conditions of employment, including compensation, assignment, promotion, and termination. Activision Blizzard's company leadership consistently failed to take steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. The agency even alleges that female employees that work specifically for the World of Warcraft team were consistently hit on by employees as well as their supervisors. Their coworkers also made lots of very inappropriate jokes and made demeaning comments about them as well. One of the worst stories that has come out so far involves a female employee that was intensely harassed, and her nude photos were passed around at a company holiday party, and then she went on to take her own life while on a work trip with a male supervisor. Now, after everything that is coming out about all of this, I think we can kind of find out what happened on that trip. We can kind of infer what happened on that trip and why she might have taken her own life. The fact that she had already been sexually harassed before she went on this trip, it just seems like the next logical thing that, in fact, there was more harassment on that trip. Over 30 former and current Activision Blizzard employees have come out and discussed their experiences and the things that they have seen while working for this company. I've left the link down below so you can go through that. There's a whole Reddit thread to a bunch of different people's tweets, to leaked internal emails, and to parts of the suit. I'm not going to go through every single person's story. I'm not going to go through every single person's account of what happened, but I do want to cover this one specifically because it really does show that this has been going on a while, and that the executives do in fact know what's been going on. Now, this former employee that tweeted out, they had been with the company for 13 years. They had been with the company a very long time. And they said that this sort of thing had happened to them, and they linked a picture from the lawsuit. And they're like, yep, can confirm this story specifically. I was one of the victims at a BlizzCon. In a blatant example of defendants' refusal to deal with a harasser because of his seniority position, Alex Afrasiabi, the former senior creative director of World of Warcraft at Blizzard Entertainment, was permitted to engage in blatant sexual harassment with little to no repercussions. During a company event, an annual convention called BlizzCon, Afrasiabi would hit on female employees, telling them he wanted to marry them, attempted to kiss them, and put his arms around them. This was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors who had to intervene and pull him off female employees. Afrasiabi was so known to engage in harassment of females that his suite was nicknamed the Cosby Suite, after alleged rapist Bill Cosby. Afrasiabi would also call females derogatory names at company events. His conduct was known to Blizzard Entertainment's executives, who took no effective remedial measures. J. Allen Brack, president of Blizzard Entertainment, allegedly had multiple conversations with him about his drinking and that he had been too friendly, quote unquote, towards female employees at company events, but gave him a slap on the wrist in response to these incidents. Subsequently, Afrasiabi continued to make unwanted advances towards female employees, including grabbing a female employee's hand and inviting her to his room, and groping another woman. This individual had been doing this so consistently and for so long that he had a reputation for this. It was stated that J. Allen Brack had had multiple conversations with him, and that's it. Just conversations. Are you serious? That's it? An employee acts like this. They call his suite the Cosby Suite. Are you kidding me? That is absolutely insane that he just got away with it for as long as he did. He just got a slap on the wrist. And J. Allen Brack, the king of non-apologies. Of course, we know about this individual with his it's not an apology what he tried to do when it came to that Free Hong Kong incident. He handled that situation terribly. He handled this one equally terribly. Though this situation is even more serious, honestly, because there are people in his company that are in physical danger around this person. And yet he does nothing, because that's what these executives do. They do nothing. They just want to sweep it underneath the rug, go back to the status quo, and keep selling you products. Because that's all they do. That's all they want to do, is they want to see that stock price go up. They want to see the sales figures go up. They don't care about anything else. They don't care about you, and they don't care about their own employees, apparently. Now, maybe J. Allen Brack is a great manager when it comes to getting projects done, but he's a terrible manager when it comes to actually managing his employees and their behaviors. I get that that's supposed to be an HR thing, but I'm about to get to HR in a second, how useless they are. He is still supposed to keep track of this sort of behavior, especially if it is this widely known and it has happened on multiple occasions. Another reason I picked this section and this person's specific story is because this is a perfect example of them doing nothing. And J. Allen Brack then goes into his email acting like he doesn't know that this is going on. He's like, he can't believe it. He's like, are you serious? This is happening in our company? This is going on? I can't believe this is going on. Like, his email looks like he's pretending to not know that this has ever happened. And yet we have seen right here that he has had multiple conversations with this person and nothing has been done. We've also seen, like I said, his past behavior with that Free Hong Kong incident. He didn't do anything. He did a non-apology, swept it underneath the rug, and everybody forgot in a week. Speaking of Afrasiabi and J. Allen Brack, they were both on this Q&A panel. From 2010, there's a video going around where somebody asked a innocent question. And honestly, I mean, it was a good question. And, well, here's the video on how they handled that.
I love what you guys done with Little Crest. I love the fact that you have a lot of very strong female characters. However, I was wondering if we could have some that don't look like they've stepped out of Victoria's Secret's catalog.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Which catalog would you like them to step out of?
Could you see Sylvanas looking any other way? Right. So we feel you, and we want to vary our female characters, absolutely. So yeah, we'll pick different catalogs.
So that's a pretty terrible response, and you can see the moment that her hope and her just joy when it comes to Blizzard dies. You really can. You can see when that game is soured for her, and she can see who the people really are that make this game and who the community really is. People are booing because she wants more representation of body types in a video game. She wants more realistic looking body types in the game, and yet people are booing. Do you really care that much about how your digital characters look? I mean, really? Do you have to masturbate to your in-game characters? Is that how sad and lonely you are that I can't. More realistic body types? Are you kidding me? I'm going to boo that. So maybe at the beginning, you could just say they were just making a bad joke. It didn't land. They were trying to be funny, and they know who their audience is, which is unfortunately these people. But they just kept going. They just kept going with the jokes. And it's like they're making it at her expense. They're shitting all over her question, even though it takes a lot of guts to ask that sort of question specifically. Ask any sort of question in front of an audience or even speak in front of an audience. Very difficult. But to ask a genuine question like this, to get the crowd, I mean, you get a booing crowd as a response, and you get the people that make your favorite game shitting on you. That's your response. How are you going to feel about your favorite game and the community that plays your favorite game from then on? I don't know about you, but I would hate both. If I went to a convention and I asked a question about something I'm genuinely curious about that I feel is important to be in the game, some sort of just suggestion. They don't have to say that, yeah, they'll take my suggestion and they're going to go ahead and go through with it. They don't have to do that. They could at least listen, think about a proper response, and not shit on you. They completely disrespected this woman for no reason, and they just played to the crowd, and they could have totally swayed the crowd too. There's so many different ways they could have handled the situation that would have been better. And yeah, they could have just screwed up, okay? I get it. You do screw up, but good God, they just kept going. It's so hard to defend them. Because I make a lot of bad jokes, okay? I really do. I get that. And I have a sick sense of humor, but I mean, this person, I feel so bad for them because they just kept going.
Hey, Alex, what catalog is that torn female coming out of?
Not one you'd read.
Yeah, sexy cow business.
They just kept going, and that's where they lost my support. I was like, you know what? I can't even defend this. I just can't. And another reason I can't defend these people, especially in this video, is because they're the same people that are part of the company. Some of these people are not there anymore, and one of them is a known abuser on that panel. What is the company's statement to all of this that's going on? What is the statement to the 30 plus people that are coming out, the 2-year investigation, all of these different findings, and say, instead of saying, we're going to do an investigation, figure out what's going on, nope. What do they say? Activision Blizzard's first response to this lawsuit was that the suit is distorted and in many cases false. This horrible reaction by the company has over 1,500 people, nearing 2,000 former and current Activision Blizzard employees signing a letter of condemnation of this response. They want some sort of investigation into what's going on in the company because this has been going on for so long that something needs to be done. And now I see in the comment section, I see this everywhere, every single time something like this happens. Why didn't they say something sooner? Well, a lot of these people have come out and said, yes, I did say something. I said something to HR even. A lot of people told fellow coworkers and they either didn't believe them or they just ignored them. And the people that talked to HR were, again, either ignored, and some of them even were called like a brat because they're... What? Like they're being yelled at by HR and they're just supposed to act like this is normal. Like all of the things that are going on, all the harassment, all of the unequal pay, all of these different things is supposed to just be the norm. And HR is over there making it worse. Allegedly. Again, allegedly, all of this happened. Allegedly, 30 people came out with their alleged stories. Just, it's so saddening to see this, especially because video game companies, I mean, they're constantly producing works of art that make people happy. Video games make people's day. And yet, they're making so many people happy while also making the people that are making the games miserable and distressed. And that's unacceptable. I don't know about you guys, but that has completely soured my enjoyment of anything that Activision Blizzard puts out. I'm done with Activision Blizzard. I'm done with Ubisoft. I'm not going to buy or stream any of these games until they fix their shit. Until they have a real change inside the company. Until they do a real investigation, not some bullshit one that Ubisoft did. A real investigation and fix what's going on in this company. I'm done. I'm done. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to keep playing their games. You can do whatever you want. I choose not to be apathetic. A lot of people want to just go that route. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. But I can't. I can't just be apathetic about people experiencing trauma in the workplace. Because you shouldn't have to worry about getting traumatized when you're going to work. That's insane. Especially if you work at a video game company, the atmosphere should be fun. You're making video games. It was already bad enough that so many of these different companies have crunch and all of these other things when it comes to oppressing their workers. But this kind of harassment, this kind of abuse, and then doing nothing about it. Like, I can't. I'm done. I'm done. And it's just a video game. Who gives a shit? Honestly, if it comes down to me not supporting a terrible company, and that means because I'm not supporting them anymore, I can't play some games I'll enjoy, it's fine. I can deal with it. There's so many other video games out there. There's so many other developers that aren't doing this that it's really not that big of an issue. It's video games. Okay? Who cares? I can wait in the future if they take care of it. I'll play Diablo 2, Diablo 4, all those things in the future when they fix their shit. But if they never do, I'm never going to. And yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Honestly, I love the games. I mean, I have a whole Blizzard Entertainment giant metal thing over here. I was a huge fan of Blizzard. I loved Diablo. I loved World of Warcraft for a very long time. I loved Warcraft 3. I loved StarCraft. I loved every single thing they put out. And over the years, they got greedier and they kind of lost me for the most part. And now they've completely lost me. I'm done. It's sad to see just how terrible this company has been the whole time. And I'm sad that people didn't come forward sooner. But they tried, you know. And another reason they didn't come forward, honestly, the number one reason is because of fear. The reason they didn't come out publicly is because of fear. You don't want to lose your job, and you don't want to be blacklisted. And that's kind of the same thing that happened in Hollywood. A lot of people didn't want to come out because they didn't want to be blacklisted. If you come out as a whistleblower, suddenly it's going to be a lot more difficult to find a job. And believe it or not, you need a job to make money. And you need that money for food and housing. Isn't that crazy? Just the survival and how that works. So that's why these people haven't come out. And that's why I'm sure there are other companies out there that this is happening in. Not even just video games. I'm sure there are other big companies that this is going on and it just hasn't come out yet. And I would love to see Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard be the catalyst. Just the dominoes falling over. Just get all of this shit out of all of the industries and just fix it. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. That's, in a perfect world would happen. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be amazing. If something good could come out of all of this evil, that would be amazing. So please, if you really do care about the well-being of employees, you really do care about people, just in general, if you do care about the people that make your games, burn this into your brain. Don't just forget about it in a week, please. Because that's what happens with this 24/7 news cycle. We are constantly bombarded by new things coming out, new bad things all the time, that we shift our focus away. There's so many people that can't remember everything, and they're just completely locked onto one thing. I'm sure a lot of people forgot about Ubisoft because of all this. I'm not going to forget about that. Fuck Ubisoft. I'm not going to forget about any of this, and if there are more updates in the future, I'm going to make another video about this, because they don't deserve to just get away with it. They don't. And like I said, I won't be supporting them anymore. I hope you do the same, but again, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to shame you if you play whatever game you want to play. If you already own Blizzard games, play them. Just don't give them money. And if you're going to get the new ones, again, I'm still not going to shame you guys. If you're going to buy the new games, do whatever you want. You know, I just don't want to hear the comments going, oh, you can't tell us what to do. You're right. I can't. I'm not. Do whatever you want. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And I'm done with these companies because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the abuse. It's so sad. Just gaming as a whole, I feel like over the years it's gotten less fun because of just how much industry bullshit's been going on. I feel like it's just constant. If it's not them being super greedy in one way or another, it's just this sort of thing. It's exhausting. This kind of video, this is not a fun video to make. just to say, this is not a fun video to make. It really isn't. And I hope I don't have to make any more like this. And I hope these are the only two companies. But if they're not, I really do hope that this is a catalyst for the rest of the companies to be revealed for what they really are, and for the abusers to get the justice they deserve. Let me know what you guys feel like. Let me know how you feel in the comments down below about the whole situation. And of course, like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you, everybody.